Alexa Fong Durbay. Alexa is just an incredible icon in the laughter movement. She is a laughter yoga master trainer from the Philadelphia area. She trained in India with Dr. Kataria. She's a graduate of the Notre Dame of Maryland University and has lived and worked in New York, Switzerland, France, and China. She is the executive director of laughteryoga.usa.org, and she's conducted laughter programs for a broad spectrum of organizations, including frontline healthcare workers, insurance companies, cancer groups, the US Institute for Peace, National Institutes of Health, Dell Technologies, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. She also trains recreational therapists and social workers, nurses, doctors, activity directors, health coaches, and others to become certified laughter yoga leaders and teachers. So let's welcome through our laughter, Alexa. Here's a special presentation on the F factor in laughter.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Tove, for that wonderful introduction. I'm so happy to be here today. And yes, I will be presenting on the F Force, and I'm happy to be here for the festivities. I started out thinking about all the important words with F, and there was one particular word that I wanted to mention because it's helped me personally and professionally. And so I was going to focus on that one word, but the more I started thinking about F words, I realized there are wonderful F words that are connected to laughter yoga. But before I start talking about the F Force and all these F words, I wanted to talk about it's most fitting that this month in the USA, we're celebrating Gratitude Month. And so it's fitting that we focus on the founders of laughter yoga, Dr. Madan Kataria and Madhuri, and who without their brainchild, their vision, their perseverance, and their generosity, none of us would be here today standing at this celebration. So who knows where we would be today, and we certainly would not be laughing as much as we are now. So I would like to welcome you to join me in offering 3 cheers: hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray, followed by laughter. Can you do that with me? Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me, and thank you to the Katarias, and happy birthday again to Madhuri. You're amazing. So what you two have created for the rest of us is formidable, another wonderful F word. And of course, we all know that laughter yoga is so much fun. Otherwise, we wouldn't enjoy it so much and it wouldn't be so easy. Now, some people who don't understand the depth of laughter yoga, they may think that laughter yoga is foolish or frivolous or even fleeting. Now, fleeting means short-lived, it's not going to stick around. But it's not a fad. It is something that's totally false. We all know that to be the fact. Because since the first laughter club that was started in 1995, and it's spreading throughout India and then through the rest of the world, we really know how far-reaching laughter yoga is. And so Dr. Kataria has created the perfect laughter formula. This worldwide laughter exercise program is fantastic. It not only helps us feel good, but it also creates a whole family for us. But I was actually introduced to laughter yoga by a family member, a cousin, Melanie Rudolph from Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, and she came to a family reunion, and that's where I experienced my first laughter yoga session. It was really fascinating to me, so fascinating that a few years later, I flew to India and I trained with Dr. K. And on that first day there, I was flummoxed. Flummoxed means I wasn't really sure why I was there. I suddenly started to question why I was there, because around me, I met people where they were so engaged with their laughter was just flowing so easily. And I was struggling with the laughter. So once I started to familiarize myself with the depth of laughter yoga, I then suddenly realized that there are strong fundamentals to laughter yoga, and that there is a very strong foundation that Dr. Kataria thought a lot about building this up. And I learned about the 5 points, 3 reasons. And once you hear about them, you have an epiphany, an aha moment, realizing, wow, this is really interesting, the history, the benefits, and the applications. Yes, laughter can be forced or fabricated initially, but then it turns into flowing, real laughter, becomes fluid. And there are so many facts about laughter yoga. There are scientific facts and research studies. And Merv explained some very important ones. The 4 elements of joy. How important are they? The laughter, the play, the singing and dance. Very, very important to the success of running any laughter yoga session. The 40 foundation exercises, the basis on which all other exercises grow and can be modified. Wow. And the 40-day laughter challenge, which Laura just mentioned, which is so important to develop a routine and to find your laughter buddy. None of this is new. I'm preaching to the choir here, I know, but they're F words. And even though I was furtive at the beginning, furtive means I was a little reluctant and maybe a little shy at the beginning. I learned how to breathe correctly and to use my diaphragm, and this was tremendously freeing. Many of you can relate. And that flowing laughter is something that is so important, because once you get that to flow, you feel it in every fiber of your body. So I was focused to share all that I had learned in India, and I returned to the United States to develop my deeper foray into laughter yoga by really applying what I learned. And I started my first laughter club. And the response that I got from that first laughter club was so favorable that I started up a second laughter club, and I led 2 weekly laughter clubs for 6 years up until the pandemic. So the beauty of laughter yoga is that we get to learn so many facts and information, and then we get to have fun with it, and we learn how to facilitate. And facilitate, that word facile, meaning easy, that ease that we develop over time gives us self-confidence to try new things. So I felt that this is so important, that we practice, really learn to work with as many different groups as we can. And we're challenged constantly. Frequency, this is another wonderful F word. So there are 2 ways that I look at frequency. Frequency is, how often do you laugh? Do you laugh every day? Do you laugh when you're alone? Or do you laugh more when you're with a group? So just ask yourself about your laughter frequency. The other frequency word is the feeling that we get when we laugh together, whether we're in a room face to face or whether we're online virtually. This connection that we get when this laughter starts to flow, we are becoming one. And this oneness that we feel allows us to be in the same space in time, suspended somewhere. We forget where we are in our surroundings because we're so focused on our connection. And when the laughter is flowing effortlessly and nothing needs to be explained and we're just laughing, we're in that laughter zone. That laughter zone is so powerful that there's this energy that you feel, and we are on the same laughter frequency. So that is a thing of beauty, this universal energy that we feel through the laughter. When we laugh more, we fear less, and we become more confident, and we become bold, and we start to think bigger and try new things. And so all of this laughter is very fortifying. And then when you practice it enough, it becomes effortless. So I guess I cheated here, but you know what I mean, right? So this is my word. Flexibility is the main word that I wanted to talk to you about, because we mention all the other benefits in laughter yoga, about how it's good for us physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, but that all encompasses the word in flexibility. You know, if we have an open mind and we're expansive and we grow with the learning process, we can go so much farther. So it teaches us flexibility. Now, this is one of my favorite quotes. It comes from a gentleman who used to work in the government and who did a lot of trainings and had to work with people of all backgrounds. And sometimes it wasn't easy. And so he created this quote: "Flexibility is the key to a happy existence." And I really believe this is a fantastic quote. I love this quote so much that I actually married the guy. It's true. He became my husband, and we laugh every day. So I would like to invite you to laugh with me right now. If you wouldn't mind standing up, this is tree laughter. It's a kind of a symbolic laughter exercise for us to do when we're feeling a little bit unsure, uncertain, and we need to ground ourselves. So you can do this exercise standing or seated. The essential thing is that you plant your feet, that you have stability and you feel strong through the soles of your feet. You're developing these roots that are going deep into the ground. And as you feel the strength from Mother Earth rising through the soles of your feet, inhale. And as you inhale, put your branches up, and you are now this strong tree. And as you are standing here, just weave a little bit back and forth, or sitting back and forth, and feel your strength and feel the energy rising through you. And no matter what storm is out there, no matter how strong the winds are, you can hold your ground. So do this a little bit with like, oh, oh, you're being pulled in many directions. Oh, oh no. But you're doing it gracefully still because you have your laughter skills. Very good, very good. Yay. Very good, very good. Yay. So this is just a reminder for you to realize that you have the foundation, you have the strength, you have the know-how, the internal wisdom from all of these teachings that we are able to absorb now from the spiritual training with Dr. Kataria, from hearing from others in our network of people. So remember, you have a strong foundation. So all of this is so fantastic that we have these resources at our disposal. We have the freedom of expression. Dr. K allows us to present in our own unique ways, and we can use our own flair, right? And that's why I'm wearing something flashy today. We don't all wear the same uniforms and have a cookie cutter presentation. We're able to do so much. And that's how we're able to keep things fresh. And that's why I haven't lost interest in laughter yoga, like so many other programs that I started, that I am into very deeply for a short period of time, and then I kind of lose interest. This one really keeps my attention. And so another big part of that is our feedback that we get. The feedback that we get from the community, from the people that we laugh with at laughter clubs and in our laughter sessions. And that is feedback that is priceless, because we can always improve and we can always tweak things. And the best part is when we hear feedback from people who are willing to trust us and share how the laughter has helped them. So I've learned so much from my students and from all of the participants who have been willing to share their feedback with me. It's very fulfilling, you know that. And from laughter flashes to laughter festivals, we can do it all. We can customize our sessions. That's a great, great thing. We're only limited by our imagination. And the flexibility that I mean when I'm talking about flexibility is not being able to stretch my leg across my back, do a crazy pose, but the flexibility of mind. And that's what we celebrate in laughter yoga. And also developing better mental focus through the meditation component of our laughter exercises. We do finger wagging, and I am the first to be judgmental sometimes, and then I have to catch myself, and also practicing forgiveness and giving ourselves a break by forgetting all about it. So I apply that to myself and to others because it grows our heart and we become more compassionate beings. What else can do that, right? And then family relationships become stronger. You can become a little flirtatious and playful. Facebook has developed a bad rap sometimes, but Facebook has actually been our friend. And I'm grateful to all the people that I've been able to meet on Facebook and to the discussions we've been able to have and things that we've been able to share to help each other out, the support network that we have. So we are constantly forced to find new ways to evolve. And especially with the pandemic, prior to the pandemic, everything being in person, we were really forced to transition to online platforms. Did we like it initially? Some of us grumbled. Did we want to do it? Some of us didn't want to do it, but we learned. There was a steep there were growing pains and there was a learning curve, and we did it. And look where we are now. It's so impressive to see how all of you have stepped up and how you are so engaged with your online work. So that's just wonderful. A quick shout out to two friends in my laughter yoga world here with Laughter Yoga USA who have been enormously supportive of me and have helped me with Laughter Yoga USA. They volunteer 100%. And this is fabulous Francine Shore, who is so super creative. And oh, there she is. Hi, Francine. Love you, girl. So it's not always easy working with people in a team where we have to get things out under a deadline. And we have come together so many times and we've argued over issues, but we've always found a common thread. And it's thanks to you that we've been able to do very creative things, your creativity. And Francine has just celebrated 19 years of laughter yoga club activity in New York City, plus all of her other corporate work. And chapeau, you know, I'm just so impressed and so happy and grateful that you are my friend. Thank you, Francine. And another shout out to the fabulous Cynthia Paris, who is a force majeure, a major force in our laughter yoga community. Cynthia Paris has been through so many ups and downs since I've known her. She has faced enormous health challenges, and she's been in and out of the hospital, undergoing surgeries and treatments, but she always manages to bounce back. And she has her laughter practice. She is the Wonder Woman of laughter yoga. She is the ultimate laughter ambassador. And I wish her all the best and sending out much love and thanks for all she does for her Facebook group, online laughter, Zoom club postings, and her laughter club endeavors. Thank you, Cynthia. Mwah. Okay, so flexibility and practice. I try to be as flexible as I can, and it's a challenge for me. So whatever I'm doing, I'm sometimes very finicky and adamant about things. I try to let it go a little bit. And what it has taught me is to open my eyes and look farther, open my ears and listen better. Zip it, like Dr. K says, zip it when I don't want to, instead of saying something that I might regret, I zip it, I think about it for a moment, I open it up and I laugh and I just let it go. So sometimes it's time to hit the reset button when we're feeling a little bit frazzled. So this is one more laughter exercise I'd like to ask you to join me in. And when we're frazzled, this is a word that means we're feeling out of control. So if you're feeling frazzled, this is what I look like. Ah! Sometimes things are just too much. So when that happens, I stop. So I'm going to be frazzled. I'm going to stop. I'm going to hit the reset button, breathe in, and just let it go with laughter. So will you do that with me 3 times quickly? Let's do it. Stop. Hit the reset button, deep breath in, and let it go. Again. Stop. Hit the reset button, deep breath in. All right, one last time. Frazzled. Stop. Hit the reset button, deep breath in. Very good, very good. Yay! Very good, very good. Yay! Thank you so much. A few more things. You give so much with your laughter yoga. And sometimes it's hard to say no. We encourage the laughter club activities, we encourage the laughter business, but sometimes it gets to be a lot and we're juggling a lot of different things. So it's okay to say no. It's okay to pace yourself. So just be kind to yourself and take a laughter break when you need it. Don't feel like you have to do it all. Pace yourself. So my advice to you is to forge ahead, stay focused on your task, have faith in what you do, stay flexible, it's a key to happiness, right? And flourish with everything you do and fly with it. Thank you so much for having listened. I love you all. Mwah!
You are amazing.